Welcome back to the APP Mesa Open. We are getting you set for the gold medal match in men's doubles. Hunter and Yates Johnson, they are one of the familiar faces we have here on center court for Championship Sunday. They're going against Pesa, Teoni, and Andrei Daescu. We're going to talk about what it takes for each of these teams to get the win. Why don't we start with the Johnson brothers?
Yeah, I think X factor for the Johnson brothers is going to be Yates Johnson. Biggest forehand on the court, can really create some pressure and some damage stepping in and driving that third. But as we saw yesterday, he is a little susceptible to breaking down mentally when things start going wrong. He has to be able to stay focused here when there's a mistake or there's an issue. It's kind of flush it, done with it, move on. But we did see toward the end of the bronze medal match last night that he started throwing in the lob. He also started to pick the spots for the speed-ups.
And on the flip side, we have Pesa, Teoni and Andrei Daescu coming in undefeated. They are the ones coming out of the winner's bracket. My X factor on that side, obviously it's the same as yesterday. We talked about it. It's Pesa Teoni. He has handled the pressure. He is as humble as they come to. Interviewing him, he was just happy to be here. But again, he's not happy to be here just today. He wants to win this. This is his home city. He wants to do this in front of everybody here watching him.
And he played a critical role in their run to this championship match. He's going to get us started here on championship court.
That one just a little short off the paddle of Hunter. Johnson tried to pick it up and just drop it over the net. Needs to stay through that one a little longer.
Pesa Teoni yesterday responsible for a lot of the speed-ups that we saw with him and Andrei Daescu, but it's so much about the right time to do it. You're shaking your finger.
Exactly.
You don't believe that was it.
That was not the right time, and that was a couple of the issues that we saw from Teoni yesterday. Yes, he did speed up a lot of balls, but however, the issues that they had and when they got into trouble, because they did lose that first game in the winner's bracket final, is when Teoni was not being patient and not constructing the point. Just like on that one, tried to do the quick flick. Hunter Johnson sitting all over it, and that created the issue.
We're getting a new ball here, so everyone making sure they like the feel of it. Andrei Daescu giving it the nod of approval, and we'll play.
And that's the big forehand from Yates Johnson.
Yeah, that's exactly it, and that's got to be an offensive weapon here early and often for the Johnson brothers.
Trouble.
Yeah,
trouble.
The shake and bake from the Johnsons, and when they're doing that, that is trouble.
And that is, we didn't see that enough yesterday. They were kind of a little bit more subdued, but obviously today coming out with a little bit more intensity.
Good job by Daescu coming in there and saying, okay, good setup for me there, Pesa. I'll take it from here, big guy.
I'm actually a little surprised that Hunter Johnson didn't counterattack that first speed up from Teoni.
Oh, if this isn't a home crowd, I don't know what is right now.
I mean, you got the big heads up in the stands out there with Teoni's face on it.
As soon as Teoni put that ball away, this crowd erupted.
Uh-oh. Well, just jumped off of the paddle of Yates Johnson. So it's 2-2 here in game one. Yeah, good spot there, finding the pressure in the middle, creating the pop-up.
Like you mentioned earlier, Dom, this is a quick switch for our audience from the singles matches where it's just a single serve needed to get into the side out. Two of them here for doubles.
Daescu touching that one. Just nicking off the paddle.
Tough ball there from Daescu, going right at the body of Yates Johnson, and nothing he can do. We talked about that yesterday. It's nothing personal, just business.
No.
You're just trying to jam up your opponent.
Center mass can't get out of the way of it.
Got out of the way of that one, though. Pesa Teoni did.
Well, that's the difference of speed up to the right hip of Teoni and to the left hip. The right hip that's going out automatically. The left hip, you got more of an opportunity to keep that in.
I like the setup there. Big drive from Daescu. Teoni stepping in and accelerating through that one. However, swinging way up and underneath on it. Yikes.
When you let Hunter get going like that.
That lady in the blue top almost wore that one in the teeth in the stands.
That side again is getting a little tricky. It's the side of Teoni and Daescu.
Whoa.
Hunter looking at his paddle with the same reaction of, wait a minute, what just happened? What do you always say? Put the mirror on the paddle?
It's a mirror on the paddle. When they're looking at it, it should be a mirror because that's the only person that made the mistake.
Back-to-back mistakes there. Pesa Teoni with the first serve.
Oh, and he almost rolled his ankle right there, stopping after the Ernie. Johnson needs to collect it. Well, Hunter needs to collect himself right here. He's snowballed into 3 errors.
Very unlike him.
That's good pressure.
That time it was Yates who left that dink short.
That was good pressure by Teoni there. Staying in that dink rally.
Teoni going around the post, but Johnson there for the block. But then the put away.
Great communication and teamwork happening with Teoni and Daescu in terms of where they are on the court, what they want to do. And you can tell as we head into this first time out, they are excited with the way that they have started this men's doubles gold medal match here at the APP Mesa Open. Daescu and Teoni up 6-3 right now.
So the difference between the two teams right now, the Johnsons had a lead, albeit small, and they were still showing frustration. Daescu and Teoni have not changed. They've been even keeled, and they've continued to roll through it. We saw Yates just throw the paddle down and walk off the court. This is similar to what we saw yesterday, and things were really getting to the Johnson brothers. They have to flush it. They have to move on, and they have to make the adjustments. There's part of the talking heads in the home crowd that you were talking about earlier, Dom, for Pesa Teoni.
It is just a pro Pesa Teoni crowd here so far, and they're happy with the results early on in game one.
Long way to go here on center court, though, before someone gets the gold medal.
Had it, sitting on his paddle on the backhand, just tried to do a little too much with it.
Second serve here for Daescu and Teoni.
Teoni again.
Gets it to go.
That's beautiful from Teoni. The patience, too, and the ability to not overhit that.
Well, he goes for back corner, too. He's not trying to bring it around close to the kitchen. Oh, Teoni with the reset machine. It wasn't until they went to Daescu and stretched him out.
Teoni looking over at Daescu going, come on, I got 4 back. Just need you to get 1.
Oh, Yates with the lob to mix things up in that dinking rally.
Well, and Teoni's there for the reset. It almost looked like it just bounced funny off the line. He didn't make good contact.
Oh, just missed it wide, but Teoni, the stab get in the middle of that point, his feet, both feet were off the ground, and he got it from his shoelaces. Tried to sneak that one down the line, but came outside it a little too much.
Yates just coming off of his feet right there, and as he jumps, that ball drops too low and he hits it off the edge. If he stays solid, he's going to make solid contact with that ball.
The twins wearing identical outfits today, but for those who are new to pickleball, want a little tell of how to give them apart. Yates Johnson wearing the black socks with the blue shoes. Hunter in the black shoes and the white socks. And that would be Yates who delivered that one. Smashed the pickleball.
Yeah, Yates has a little bit larger overhead than Hunter does. That one certainly wasn't coming back.
Such a good 1-2 combo from the big guy, Daescu, as he goes two-hander speed up down the line and then slides his feet to get open to that forehand and is able to put that away down the middle.
Teoni with the serve here.
Oh my good. Teoni almost jumped into that one with his face.
He did.
But the good angle there from Hunter pulling Daescu out wide, and then the big forehand finish again from Yates Johnson.
Well, how do you avoid the big forehand on the third from Yates or Hunter Johnson? Push them back, right? So Yates was looking for that forehand, but he got pushed back on the return, couldn't do it. There it is again.
Not really liking that speed up from Daescu there. He wasn't set, wasn't established with the feet. Just tried to get away with one, but Yates was sitting all over it.
Oh, well off the paddle of Teoni into the third or fourth row of the bleachers there past the baseline.
Yeah, well, the change of pace is what threw Teoni off right there. Is actually way ahead of it, and then it ended up jumping up and off the paddle. But what the Johnson brothers did well there was go behind Daescu, take him out of the middle of the court, so now it takes away his attack, and Teoni is trying to work on covering out wide and the middle at the same time.
Yeah, Teoni's trying to get on top of that ball right there, but again, the ball was sped up so fast he's not able to. He's got that angle on it where it's going up, ends up going long, but nice run here from Hunter and Yates Johnson to get back in this first game.
Such an advantage for the Johnsons is, of course, that they are twins, and so they talk all the time about how well they know each other. They can anticipate each other's movements, and it seems like, though, for Pesa Teoni and Andrei Daescu, they are working very well together. The Johnsons seem to almost be trying to separate them so that they can not play off of each other's strengths and utilize the teamwork that worked so well for them to get to this gold medal match. but that is a hard ball to hit when Andrei Daescu winds up like that.
Oh, Daescu's just trying to flash off that he's got some power too.
Just a little reminder.
Oh, don't forget about me. I'm 6'5" and can put that ball away with the best of them.
I don't know that anybody forgets that.
Good
Nice.
combination there from Yates, going behind Daescu on the backhand side, sitting for that ball to come back.
Teoni excited with the way that speed up worked out for him.
Well, he does speed this up backhand like inside out. And Johnson can't get the right angle on that. Ends up going long. Good time and good speed up from Teoni.
And that's game point for Andrei Daescu and Pesa Teoni. They take game one against the Johnson brothers 11-7.
That's a good finish there from Daescu and Teoni as they will wrap up that first game.
And we will see game two in just a moment when we return here at the APP Mesa Open.
Thanks to DiscountTire.com, we have more time to hang with our new friends.
What do you like to do for fun?
Well, with DiscountTire.com, we save a ton of time.
So we're always trying new things.
Save time. Buy and book online at DiscountTire.com.
The APP is presented by Yola, Franklin, Leo Rivet, and Pickleball United. Welcome back to the 2023 APP Mesa Open. We are getting ready for game two of the men's doubles gold medal match between the Johnson brothers and Andrei Daescu and Pesa Teoni. Daescu and Teoni building off of their game one win.
We saw it yesterday. Teoni's like protecting his face, but somehow
but perfect drops
and gets it down, and then he goes for the only attempt. Daescu's like there covering, no problem. I got it.
Did you see him jump though on his Ernie? He was about 6 feet in the air. He flew.
Floated.
I want to see him jump again.
It was very graceful.
Yes.
It's very graceful.
Teoni looking good. just missing that. And Teoni filling in for Daescu's partner, Andrei Silstrom. Silstrom and Daescu, 6'5" and 6'9". That would have been a very tall team to see here in Mesa, but Teoni filling in those shoes well.
It's a side out, though, for the Johnson brothers. It's going to be Yates with the first serve.
Wow.
All right, Teoni is reading the attacks very, very well. He's anticipating, and the counter attack from him is timed up perfectly. And same guy misses it into the net.
Side out here for Daescu and Teoni. You were talking about the height that Daescu brings to the court. Probably gets a little bit of that from his father. Still calls him before every match to wish him luck. Played for the Romanian national basketball team.
A good ball movement there from Daescu. Johnson brothers still looking a little off balance. Have got to do some work here. That's a good attack. Catching Daescu on the transition.
Puts them on their second serve.
Well, now the Johnsons are seeing that, and we saw it yesterday. Daescu, when he puts that second hand on the backhand, more times than not, it's going to be a pull of the trigger. Today he's done a couple where he's dinked that back in, but more times than not, he's pulling the trigger on that.
That ball going long ties us up at 2 apiece.
Teoni tried to get a little too fine there after Yates took the previous one out of the air. Flirts with the net, but ends up missing it. Whoa. Ball was just wide. Referee Mark Pfeiffer calling that one deep.
Daescu pointing to the video board saying watch the replay, but that's not how it works here in pickleball. He's still at the net.
So both Hunter and Yates Johnson are going to change the call, and they're going to say it was good.
So that is how it works in pickleball. No video review, but Hunter and Yates Johnson agreeing it was in. So they overturn the call.
They're gonna replay
the match.
Yeah, they're gonna replay the point.
Replay the point.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stay at 3-2. Johnson's in the lead.
So 3-2-2. Well, 3-2-1. Good hands there from Hunter Johnson. Difficult spot there in the speed up. Teoni read it well, but Johnson doing the 1-2 punch.
Hunter leaving that one short. So the Johnsons on to their second serve. 4-2-1, or 4-2-2, excuse me.
Yeah, Daescu trying to do a little too much right there. That's unlike him, too. Maybe a little out of character because of that call, but trying to speed up from a very tough position. Yeah, and again, I think trying to do just a little too much, and they're going to call timeout here. And I like this timeout because, again, Daescu is a little frustrated. And Teoni even trying to get him, hey, don't worry about it. He gave him a pat on the back, and okay, we're fine. But a good timeout here from Daescu and Teoni.
Yeah, Daescu's still a little frustrated from that really good speed up through the middle that referee ended up calling out. Difficult thing to do in that situation, but you've just got to try to move on past it and say, hey, you know what? What's done is done. For the Johnson brothers, some smarter decisions. Hunter, we can see, is still not quite comfortable, not fully found his groove, but he has sped a couple of balls up, a couple of good 1-2 counters. And then for Yates, he's making his adjustments as well. Just out.
It's a good time out there from Teoni and Daescu as they get the side out really quick.
Oh, that's a very good move from Daescu.
But what about the drive from Teoni, which we haven't seen much of? I like that. That is part of his game that he really hasn't utilized to this point.
Shrinking the Johnson brothers' lead. That one, though, off the paddle of Teoni, too hard.
Teed off on it. He already had the paddle back.
Sitting on that two-hander right there. Beautifully done by Teoni.
And coming over, utilizing his length and his power.
Well, Teoni, as soon as he hit the drive and the ball got popped up, Teoni yelled at Daescu, "You!" to go. And Daescu just comes over and cleans that up. Great drives from Teoni here after that timeout. And they're back within one, our Daescu and Teoni.
You talk about it being their first time playing together in this tournament, but you see how well they're utilizing that communication. They have figured out a way that works for them. It may not be the nonverbal way that the Johnsons can do it because they've played so often together and have been joined at the hip practically since they were born, but it is working for Daescu and Teoni.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the type of players that they are. You know, Daescu, super friendly guy, but does get very intense. But Teoni's kind of that guy that can slide into any situation and will kind of adjust his play style based off of his partner's strengths and weaknesses.
Yates making the decision to let that one go wisely.
I like the shake and bake, but again, it was a great ball from Johnson to get that ball at the feet of Teoni. Is he starting to swing away a little bit now?
He's swinging freely. He's seeing the ball early. A good adjustment there from Yates, taking a step to the right, getting on top of that speed up from Daescu and going back behind him.
7-5-2, our current score. Side out for Daescu and Teoni.
I think Hunter Johnson's got to drive a couple of balls just to get some of the funk out.
Now times it's Yates sending it into the net, and Daescu and Teoni have worked their way back to within 1 point of this game. But pushes onto their second serve there with Daescu sending it into the net.
Yeah, Daescu just overran that one. Never set his feet, ran all the way through it.
Great spot from Teoni as he has Hunter Johnson in full sprint to the kitchen here, and he just goes behind him just a little bit.
Well, I think that too. Yates was coming middle. Hunter decided to come over middle as well. That ball's just out. But with both the Johnson brothers trying to push middle on that last one, it opens up that gap or that deficiency down the line behind Hunter. Good ball movement there from Daescu and Teoni. We saw the Johnson brothers come out of their stack. Yates going on the left, Hunter going on the right. So they're trying to get different looks, trying to change up.
Oh, so now on that one, he did read it, but he took a backswing just a little too much. He just got to stay in front and punch that down the middle. He's there.
And the net, little love from the net court never hurt anybody.
But not an effective strategy to rely on, as we've discussed.
No.
But we'll take it when we can get it.
Oh, no.
That one going just a bit long for Teoni, so they're going to have a timeout called here with the Johnsons having a chance at game point. We're going to take a look back now at their run through Daytona. After this game, we're going to take a look at their run through Daytona because like we mentioned, the Johnsons are two guys who know championship court, center court, championship Sunday incredibly well, but Daescu and Teoni hanging in there with them. Point on the game point on the paddle for the Johnsons quickly. What do they have to do to close it out?
I'd like to see him big serve right here. If it's a short return, step up, go behind Teoni. If not, extend the point right here. Don't rush it. Oh, good speed up from Daescu into the body of Hunter Johnson.
Gets the ball back on their side, side out. Daescu and Teoni trailing 7-10 in this second game.
Got to make that one there, especially at this juncture in the game where when the side out goes back, it's Johnson and Johnson serving for the game. Got to make thirds.
Oh! Never stopped. Just ran all the way through that. Yates never looked up to see where Daescu was.
Good move by the big man. He decided and made that decision early.
Yates wants that one back. It was a good setup by brother Hunter. But Yates just catching that one a little too late, almost behind his head, and he pulled it out wide.
Huge point here for Teoni and Daescu to tie this up.
Oh, he had it. A stumble step.
This crowd was about to cry.
I think we all went in unison on that one.
Johnsons with a chance at the game here.
Oh, that is very ambitious from Teoni right there. Tough ball to try to jump the kitchen with the Oni and go cross-court with. So the Johnsons taking game 2. They definitely needed it to keep the Triple Crown hopes alive for Hunter Johnson.
Hunter and Yates Johnson, very familiar with playing on Championship Sunday. Let's take a look back at their run through Daytona.
We have Yates and Hunter Johnson taking on Kyle Yates and Andrei Daescu, two consummate professionals who know how to win and will be looking to defend their title. Oh, great hand from Kyle Yates. Is game number 1 here for Daescu and Yates. Daescu, Yates, match point on their paddle. And we are going to a game to 15 that will decide the gold medal here. It is a championship point here for Kyle Yates and Andrei Daescu. Wow. Kyle Yates and Andrei Daescu, they double up and win in Punta Gorda and now again here in Daytona Beach.
I'll take this one and keep working and hopefully try to defend the next one.
Welcome back to the APP Mesa Open. We have a fantastic men's doubles gold medal match at our hands here. Split the first 2 games, and so now we are on to game 3.
Well, Daescu and Teoni had a nice run at the end there. Almost pulled out that second game. I'm going to look for their momentum to continue here in game 3.
Yeah, I think the Johnsons need to come out and apply the pressure early, just like they did in game 2, and kind of look for Teoni to do what he did right there. Teoni's all over it. However, he does have the tendency to get too big.
Hunter unable to get that one to go over the net. So we're sitting on their second serve.
The ball catches the net cord and jumps up and over Teoni and out.
Teoni jumped over it. Actually, if he stays on his feet, he's right there. But
change of pace.
Yep, he jumps right over the top of it, off his shin.
Teoni got down in the crouch right there, anticipating that speed up was going to come at his feet.
Still looking for our first point of this second game. Unable to get it done there.
Well, Yates coming in flying hot with that two-handed backhand, just a little too big.
Yeah, I can't give away the freebie there with the missed return from Daescu.
Yates yelling at himself to move his feet, right? Because he stood still right there and trying to short hop that backhand. If he moves his feet, he clears himself. Much better shot.
I mean, again, Daescu just taking off, never stopping his run. And we see Hunter Johnson just dropping the paddle as that ball sailed over his shoulder. Little arm waving there from
Yates is trying to not fall in the kitchen, and Hunter almost ran into him as he's waving his arms trying to gain his balance.
Little off balance there for Yates, and then a little too much roll. I'd like to see him, hit through that one just a little bit more. Not that much.
Live coaching here.
Daescu getting himself in trouble, just not setting his feet.
Right, he's trying to run through this reset, and again, your momentum is going to carry you through that ball, and it's going to carry that ball higher. Now again, running through that instead of just setting his feet and playing that reset.
Here we go.
A slow developing game here, but the Johnsons getting that one.
Yeah, Teoni was sitting backhand right there. Good spot going left hip.
Oh. Wow. I mean,
really?
How does Hunter get that ball right there? He gets jammed up on the block. It's a perfect spot from Daescu.
Good spot there and good setup from Yates Johnson. Pulls Daescu out wide, then gets that ball that's middle and just a quick flick into Teoni and then the second counter.
Timeout called here. The Johnsons with an early 4-0 lead over Andrei Daescu and Pesa Teoni. Getting some feedback there from Alex Strung, who is Yates' doubles partner, mixed doubles partner.
So that difference right now, we see Teoni, right, be really active with his blocks, right? And what he's doing, he's jumping and blocking, right? Well, Hunter and Yates Johnson have figured out that if he jumps to block, all we got to do is hit down in the ball. And that's what they've done about 3 times right now is as he's jumped to block, they've gone low. And now he's hitting that ball off the edge guard or not even getting that ball. So it's just a huge difference right there from the Johnsons making that adjustment. So it's a good job by them.
What's the adjustment that you think Daescu and Teoni need to focus on out of this timeout?
Right now, they're one for Daescu specifically, set your feet. Don't be in a rush to get up to the kitchen line. Right, work your transition. You'll get the opportunity and you'll get the availability to use the Ernie or to go there. I think he's kind of pressing the issue a little bit too much. For Teoni, you're seeing the ball really well, but you don't have to have as big of a swing, as big of a backswing, and really try to kill that ball when you do read it well. So just shorten up the backswing a little bit. Look for that shorter, quicker counter rather than trying to counter it and finish the point straight off with one swing.
There you have it. The analysis from the booth. Let's get you to the action on the court. Hunter Johnson getting ready to serve with a 4-0 lead. Second serve. Building on it there.
That's trying to make something happen right there. And it wasn't really a bad ball to speed up. He just tried to overhit it.
Well, that ball set up just a little too much there for Hunter Johnson. You saw the excessive use of the wrist and just flick that ball up. Daescu's not going to miss that one very often.
I see Daescu drop that back right leg, and he gets him out of position, and now we'll change ends, and this couldn't have started any better for Hunter and Yates Johnson with a 6-0 lead on the end change.
Yeah, good start from them. And for Daescu and Teoni, it's just they're a little off balance right now, and I think they made that run in game 2 and then ended up falling short with the late mistakes.
Take the wind out of them?
Yeah, it kind of just carried here into game 3. I was going to say, it's not like the Johnson brothers are really pressing the issue and are playing lights out. Like, they're playing consistent pickleball, but it's more so the errors that are coming from Daescu and Teoni right now.
Yeah, agreed. Maybe they, a little wind out of their sails after they had that comeback in game 2. Well, the one good thing for Teoni and Daescu is what? They got the game to 15 in their back pocket. So if they do drop this, we will go to that game to 15.
I mean, ideally, you don't want to get there, though.
No. But it's that insurance policy. Wow. Yates Johnson coming flying in with that backhand.
Here's what's happening with Daescu, and we talk about it all the time. Daescu plays best when he's active and he's moving. Right now, he's getting caught flat-footed. And when that ball is getting to him, he's flat-footed or he's trying to drop back a step because that ball's getting too close.
This is just not something I anticipated in game 3.
No, because we have game point on the paddle right now.
And there it is right there.
Brothers.
2 missed returns to end the game. Very off balance for Daescu and Teoni. They're going to have to figure out a lot going here into game 4.
And that 4th game is a tie-breaking game. First one to 15 must win by 2 again, because this is a double elimination tournament. Pesa Teoni and Andrei Daescu, this is their first loss of the tournament. They have made their way here through the winner's bracket. The Johnsons, on the other hand, had to fight their way back through the consolation bracket. So we're going to get that 4th game tiebreaker to 15 when we come back.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game, because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
There's only one winner, just one way out. With every single break comes crashing down. There's only one.
The APP is presented by Skechers. Power Plate. Pickleball Central. And Selkirk.
Thanks to DiscountTire.com, we have more time to hang with our new friends.
What do you like to do for fun?
Well, with DiscountTire.com, we save a ton of time.
So we're always trying new things.
Save time. Buy and book online at DiscountTire.com.
The APP is presented by Franklin. Level Up. Pickleball Magazine. And SunMed. Welcome back to the 2023 APP Mesa Open. We have a fantastic fourth game tiebreaker on our hands here in the men's doubles gold medal match between Hunter and Yates Johnson and Pesa Teoni and Andrei Daescu.
So Hunter and Yates taking that 2 out of 3 to force this game to 15. Daescu and Teoni had that game to 15 in their back pocket. They got to pull it out, use it now. And it is 1 game to 15 for the gold medal here in Mesa.
Yeah, and Hunter Johnson, second leg of the Triple Crown, definitely needed this one.
And it's the first time Hunter and Daescu will be facing off today, but we're going to see them again in the mixed doubles gold medal match.
Oh, shot.
Good spot there from Teoni, going right at the body of Yates Johnson. Yates was trying to clear himself because he was thinking Teoni was going to go down the line, but Teoni followed him and went right at the body.
Side out here.
Good spot there again from Teoni, catching Yates as he's trying to come across to clear that two-handed backhand. The other big thing is he's not overhitting it. He's not trying to pressure it with so much pace.
Daescu and Teoni doing a full reset from that third game.
It's a big flying Romanian coming through you with the backhand.
That's where the Johnsons have to be careful not to try to force the issue there too much. A little unlucky with that one catching the net cord, but it just sat up. Easy put away for Daescu.
Teoni gets it to fall, and the entire 1,500-seat championship court seems like they are rooting for him.
Oh, Teoni is the fan favorite here, as they couldn't have started any better in this game, the 15. After going and losing game 3 11-0, they're out to a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, that ball was going to stay in. Yates catching it off of the top of the edge guard. Teoni not able to switch around and get that fast enough, but it was another good speed up into the body by Teoni.
Defense by the Johnsons to recover, but Daescu and Teoni relentless in their pursuit of that point.
There's great communication on both sides too, as Teoni and Daescu talking, Hunter and Yates talking, just staying in that point, but you just had a feeling that Teoni and Daescu were going to come out on top of that.
Yeah, good spot there from Yates. Putting the pressure on Teoni when he was back behind the baseline. I think if he had gone at Daescu, Daescu would have run in to that counter and would have put the pressure back on them. Just wide. First little miscommunication that we saw between Daescu and Teoni there.
And that is Daescu's ball. He's been taking that ball the whole tournament.
The speed up there from Hunter Yates working out, putting it right in the middle of that gray zone between Daescu and Teoni, causing them just that split second of whose is it.
Well, and that's the 1-2 combo off the drive that has to be finished here on the shake and bake.
2-5-2. And side out here.
Yeah, good job there by Yates Johnson. Starting the firefight and staying in it. Slid across the kitchen nicely and kept moving the spots around.
The point there, though, for Daescu and Teoni.
Big two-handed backhand from Daescu as he winds up for this one and hits a good spot because he had the Johnson brothers uncoiling on the stack.
Teoni catching a couple of out balls right there. Daescu trying to tell him to let it go. But it's tough when you've got that relentless pressure coming at you. You're trying to reset it.
It's a good move there from Yates. He's just a half step behind it.
Yeah,
he's got to completely slide.
He went straight forward and then tried to crash across. He needs to come on a little bit more of an angle on that one.
Side out there. Daescu and Teoni now with a chance to build on this lead that they have built in this 4th game tiebreaker, 1st to 15. Sends that one just a bit long.
Yeah, smart by Hunter Johnson. He reset the first 2, then he knew that 3rd one. By the time it had the height coming down below the net, that ball was never going to stay in.
Good job by Teoni going in at the body of Yates Johnson right there on the counter instead of letting either one of the Johnsons extend their arms and be able to do anything with it. He bodies up Yates.
Daescu, 7-2-2 the score. The speed up there by Yates not working out. Daescu ready with his response, and it's another point for Daescu and Teoni. They build on their lead here in this critical 4th game for the gold medal.
Yeah, Daescu and Teoni made the adjustment between games 3 and 4 as far as not trying to force the issue. They're allowing the Johnsons to try to speed that ball up and to create the firefight, and they're just sitting there looking for the counterattack.
Let's take a look back now. It was 4-0, and this firefight gave us an inkling of what was to come in this game.
Yeah, good ball movement here from both teams.
The classic firefight of the day starts with a little bit of a dinking rally, then we heat on up.
And you see Daescu really taking control of the middle of the court there.
And that just little backhand flip from Teoni down the middle had both Hunter and Yates Johnson looking at each other as he splits the difference. And right now it is all Daescu and Teoni on the end change, up 8-2.
1st to 15 wins the gold.
Johnson just a little too late with that backhand attack. Sorry, I'm not quite doing enough with the forehand, and then tried to get bigger on the backhand side. Andrei Daescu getting that ball back when it almost seemed like that point was over, and then Hunter Johnson coming across for the left-hand Ernie. Difficult to try to keep that one in.
And then as the Johnson brothers call timeout, Hunter drops his paddle, Yates spikes his paddle, and they are not happy as they are down by 8 here, and it is all Teoni and Daescu.
Not just on the court, but with this crowd, you can hear them getting into every single rally, every single volley, every single court, every single point here on Championship Court at Bellbank Park, and understandably so. It has been a fantastic first 3 games between these two. Brought us to this point where we're in a 4th game, 15-point tiebreaker. Everything on the line for this gold medal match, and these guys leaving everything they have on the court.
It'll be Daescu to serve as we come back in. On to huge side out here from the Johnsons.
Teoni sneaking a little speed up down the line behind Yates Johnson again. He's done an excellent job disguising that. He makes it look like he's going to hit an inside-out forehand back cross-court and then just opens the hip with the quick acceleration.
Yates again speeds it up, but they're ready for the response and to take the offensive back.
Oh my, Pesa Teoni. Talk about being in the moment, feeling the moment, and feeding off this home crowd for him.
And Yates sends that one into the net, putting Teoni and Daescu just 2 points away from the gold medal.
The Johnson brothers just aren't anticipating that the ball's going to come back. Daescu and Teoni aren't doing anything amazing with the balls when they counterattack them, but they're getting them back, and they're getting them back with a little bit of pace. But you see that the Johnson brothers just aren't recognizing it and aren't ready in the position to continue the fight.
And then it's almost like they're getting frustrated that it is coming back and then overhitting.
Yeah.
Right? And then you make a mistake, you overhit long. The left-handed Ernie, right, from we had from Hunter. And then you have the overhitting on the counters. And so it gets frustrating when you're saying, okay, I got this winner, and then it comes back. I got another winner, and it comes back. Now you try and do a little too much. And that's exactly what Johnson and Johnson are doing here, down by 11. I mean, you talk about two night and day games. 11-0 in game 3 and now up 13-2.
Daescu looking to the crowd, who is hyped now that this team is just 1 point away from winning the gold.
He's looking for the Andrei Daescu big bobblehead. Because we got about 4 Pesa Teoni ones.
Oh my God! Teoni have done it. They are your men's doubles gold medal winners here at the APP Mesa Open. The hometown favorite, Teoni, delivering the winning point.
That is only fitting that the match ends on a ball like that from Teoni. Just a little flip block, and I'm going to drop it in the back corner pocket on the baseline and the sideline for the win.
He's already off the court. Just sit down, chill, relaxed.
Everybody else going to be hyping him up, though, and rightfully so. Teoni and Daescu win the gold in the men's doubles match here at the APP Mesa Open. We're going to talk to them right after this.
hear that championship match here for Pesa Teoni and Andrei Daescu. And Chad, only fitting that it ended the way it did with the hometown favorite Pesa Teoni on his block here.
Yeah, Teoni with some fancy paddle work right there on the block, and then getting down, the quick flick, getting it back over the shoulder of Yates and landing in for the win.
Calls corner pocket for the victory. Now they are down courtside with AJ.
And let's hear it for these four competitors, because we had a fantastic pickleball matchup here for your men's doubles gold medal match. Give it up for all four of them. The crowd here really getting into this matchup, and rightfully so. We have the hometown hero, you guys playing together for your first time, and pickleball royalty over here. You guys are no stranger to championship court. Congratulations, you get a silver medal here. I know we wanted to get the gold, but for you, what's your biggest takeaway from this match?
Yeah, it was a good fight. I mean, we were able to take that first game and get it to that game to 15. Unfortunately, they played really well those last 12 points. Too good for them, and congrats, guys. And yeah, hopefully I got one more. Hopefully I can get a gold there, so we'll see. We will certainly see you there. Yates, what's the biggest takeaway for you?
Yeah, I mean, we fought hard, played a good first game. Yeah, they were too good today. There's really nothing we could do. They were on the second server, and I mean, they somehow strung along 10 points. So yeah, too good. Congrats for them, and yeah, we'll be back.
Yes, you will. For now, though, let's go ahead and get you guys your silver medal one more time for Hunter and Yates Johnson, silver medalists here at the APP Mesa Open. Congratulations, guys. And now to our gold medal winners here. This crowd could not have gotten more behind you two in this match. So much of that because of you getting a chance to play in front of this hometown crowd, winning the gold in front of them all. What does it mean?
I just don't know what to say. Really appreciate all the supporters, and families and friends, and it's just the energy. That's the only reason why we got here, and thanks to Andrei for partnering up with me last minute.
It wasn't just the energy, it was a whole lot of talent that got you guys right here. Andrei, you were everywhere that you needed to be in order to get it done. What was the strategy between you two in order to make sure that with it being your first time playing together, there wasn't the critical miscommunication?
Yeah, we both had to be everywhere. Obviously, they're a really, really good team. They took it to us. They got the first one in 3. They've played really solid, so we knew we had to come out swinging, high energy. We had to take it back to them, and for the best, we were able to create a lot of good momentum over there. The crowd got behind the hometown favorite over here, and for the first time playing together in the story with both of our partners getting injured, I think it was a nice Cinderella story, and I'm really glad to be getting the gold medal this week.
Speaking of a Cinderella story, you lose that third game the way that you did. What was the conversation that got you guys back to center and ready for that fourth round?
Just swing. They're just too good, so we had to just go, just make the ball.
And make the ball you did. What did it feel like when you saw that last one go in?
It was amazing.
And for you?
Obviously, it feels great. We worked really hard for that one. We brought a lot of energy into this last game. We swung and we felt like we took it. We played really well, so obviously always nice to win.
I would say you played well. That was our Franklin gold medal match interview. Let's get these guys their hardware, Ken. Congratulations, you two. We're going to get you your trophy.
All right, Andrei Daescu, Pesa Teoni, your gold medalist here at the APP Mesa Open. Chad, final thoughts on those two boys?
Yeah, I mean, just an outstanding job by Teoni. Coming in, flashing the paddle, getting some balls back that you wouldn't expect to get back. And then Daescu taking care of business, was big when he needed to be, was there with the attacks and the counterattacks.